questions about this is that they are compact. We don't know whether the same weight is distributed through that rubber compound right round the wheel. We can see it's round, right, but in parts it could have a larger deposit of rubber, which makes one part of it heavier than the other side of it. Which brings us on to driving down the road. I think the question is, you experience vibration in your steering.
Yes.
That is down to
the balance of the wheel. Being an uneven circle, it's going to have a heavy plate on one part of the tyre, which will cause vibration as the wheel goes round. And the faster you go, the more that will go, and the steering wheel will start to vibrate quite heavily.
Because it's unbalanced.
It's unbalanced.
How do we get around that? If my tyre's still in good nick...
When you get the new tyre fitted, okay, they generally fit the heavy area near the valve. Right? And then they put it on a special machine which turns it so, and it's all digitised, and it tells you that you need a certain amount of weight in a certain place on the tyre, or on the wheel rim. And they generally put it opposite the radiator, so it's balanced.
So it's balanced each one.
Yeah. And they can do it on both sides of the rim, on the inside and the outside of the rim. If you've got posh aluminium wheels, they put the outside one on the inside of the wheel as well. They can do it, and they're self-cleaning, they stick, and they clean the special fluid to make sure it sticks, and it stays there generally for the life of the tyre. But yeah, it's very important when you get a tyre, they will generally, part of the fitting of it, they will balance it as well without any extra charge, because it's part of the safety of the wheel.
Okay. And again, if you think about what we mentioned earlier on, Bob mentioned about over pressure, under pressure, right? Your tyres wear down on different parts. If it's under pressure, the outside edges, or over pressure, the centre. Biggest problem with that is you are changing the definition of the tyre, so it would become unbalanced, because now there are thicker parts of rubber in different places, so you're going to have to go back, not just blow your tyres up or to the right pressure, but you might need to get your wheels rebalanced. Again, it doesn't cost a great deal, it doesn't take them 5 minutes, and a lot of garages will, rather than try and get you to buy a new tyre, just put your tread left on it, they might swap the wheels around so you get a little bit more even wear after they've been balanced. That's great, so that's wheel balancing. So that sums up the questions that we've had.
Yeah.
Can you repeat the show me tell me questions?
Yeah, so the question again, okay, for the tread depth again, then it's, you'd like to tell me please where you get the information for the tyre pressures for this vehicle, and how when you check your tyre pressures.
And is that a physical, is it a show?
It's just a tell me question.
It's a tell me
question. So you can do it when we're walking towards the vehicle at the beginning of the test, or we can stood by the side of the tyre, and you can just sort of point to the side of the tyre, or show me where it is on the vehicle, depending on how you want to do, show me where the information is. The second question is about the tread depth. Okay? You'd like to show me, please, ensure your tyre is properly inflated and free from cuts and defects. Okay, and
well, I mean, what he means by rag cut.
Yeah.
It's 25 mil, 1 inch. All right. So if your tyre, either side, front, inside or outside, has a bulge in it, has a cut of over 1 inch in it, or any ply, we mentioned cross ply or radial, the metal fibres that are inside, giving it strength, is showing externally that the tyre is illegal. All right. And then that needs to be binned and the new tyre put on there. Like. So that is the defects that you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fine, yeah. And that would basically be, and they're both tell me questions.
They're both tell me questions. So like a lot of things that Stuart said the other day, it's not show me, tell me, it's health and safety.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so that you don't put your hands on hot coolant bottles or whatever, during the test.
If there happens to be a bit of wire, you run your hand around the tyre.
And you catch it in your hand.
Catch it in your hand, yeah.
Because sometimes people, it's ironic really, because you get a lot of people, you see every single day the way down here, the turning the road. People don't like turning the roads. They tend to use the footpaths and the curves to turn the vehicle around, boom, boom, boom. And every time they do that, they're compressing the sidewalls, and they could actually create a crack in the rubber in a wall, which could allow air to come through and create a bulge. But they don't see it on the outside. They don't think to check on the inside as well, you know, and a blowout at 70 miles an hour on the motorway could be fatal, just from not checking